Hi guys, you're welcome once again to my YouTube channel. Let's get right into this video. We'll be right back. I've always thought that it's so weird that of all the classes that I took in school, there are no single class that actually taught me or made me understand good money habits, like how to actually manage your finances. Are my teachers supposed to teach me that? Is this the responsibility of my parents? Nobody is actually sitting you down to teach you how to manage your own money. And I'm sure most people are very lucky to have parents to teach them or groom them into how to manage their finances. I never got the answer that I was looking for. And now I have the answers, and that is why I am here to show you guys so you do not go do the same mistakes that I did. Alright, so I am going to talk about 5 bad money habits that kept me broke. So the first mistake that I was doing was keeping my money in the bank. That made me broke. Whenever I receive my salary, I let that money sit in my account. And I do not make use of that money to multiply. Or I do not use that money for something that will make it multiply or make it grow. So the money is just there sitting in my account doing nothing. And it's stagnant. Definitely nothing is going to be adding up to it. And you are rather going to even be getting bank charges to even reduce the amounts of money that you have. You are just making all this money and you are keeping it somewhere in your bank account that doesn't really add anything, no interest, nothing to just make this money grow. And that was what I was doing. You know, I wasn't getting rich doing so because I was keeping this money in the bank account, meaning I'm just going to make the same money every day, every time, and no improvement. I think I was keeping money in my account because of the fear of going totally broke. I didn't want to go like zero balance. So I just want to be seeing money in my account all the time, and I wouldn't want to, touch it or use it for anything, because at the end of the day, what if something happens and I use this money and there is no money in my account to do something better for myself? Like, I think it was the fear of that made me actually keep the money in my account, and that wasn't getting me any richer. Of course, I need to be mindful of how I spend my money, but I also do not have to be seeing this money, sitting in my account doing nothing for me. It's not pretty. In fact, I was even making the banks richer. So I have now realized that you can only make money when you spend money. Money goes out, money comes in. So now this is what I do. I make sure I use part of my money into my business as a capital, and at the end of the day, I will use some profit from the capital, and there my money grows. So I invest my business with the money to multiply my finances, because I realized that I was getting broke and even more broke if I don't use that money for something. So let's go to the next habit that kept me broke. Yeah, not sticking to budgets. You know what, the funny thing is that not that I wasn't actually budgeting or I wasn't actually planning out my finances or how I want to spend my money. I was actually planning my finances, but I wasn't sticking to them. That was the problem. So if you do not budget, you're gonna go broke. And then if you budget and you don't stick to it, you're still gonna go broke. So for me, I was budgeting all right, but I wasn't sticking to them, and this made me broke. I am an impulse buyer. Like, I have shopping addiction. I shop anytime. Any emotions that I have, I'm gonna shop about it. When I'm feeling worried, when I'm happy, or any state that I am in, I wanna shop. I wanna go shopping, because that's the only way to reinvent myself or make me feel happy. And that was keeping me broke. Meanwhile, that was not even part of the things I budgeted for the month, but at the end of the day, I go outside of my budget and I go buy it, and definitely I do not always meet those budgets. So now I am a new person, and I know that budgeting and sticking to it is very important. You need to budget daily, you need to budget weekly, you even need to budget monthly and yearly, so that you don't overspend the little money that you're earning at the end of the month. So at this point in my life, any penny I spend on anything, be it clothing, be it food, be it entertainment or utility bills, just know that I have budgeted for it. I'm not going to spend outside of my budget. I make sure I plan out all my expenses and I stick to it. And I make sure I do not exceed that amount unless there's an emergency. I do not want to be out there spending anyhow anymore. We are not doing that anymore. Because come to think of it, some of the items that we even buy, we do not really need them. If I really want something, I would have to put it in my budget, okay? So let's say for this month, I didn't budget for that thing and I've seen it and I want to have it. I'm probably going to put it into budget for the next month or next year. Then I'll just plan towards it. So I think that you should also practice this budgeting thing and also sticking towards it. Now onwards, anything that we spend on should be budgeted for. So the next one is savings and investments. You know, this is actually funny because I'm so surprised that I didn't really educate myself about investment and savings. At some point in my life, I just sat myself down and I was like, see, the boys are saving. Why are we the girls not saving or investing? You need to keep up with your finances. I do not like the mood that I caught or I went into when I was broke. What actually makes this funny is that it's not that I wasn't saving at all, okay? I was saving, I had investments, all right? But the mistake that I was doing was that once I save, and with any little slightest convenience that I get, I'm gonna run back to that money and take that money out because I have actually spent the one that I have on me. So I need to run back to that money and take that money. So how is that savings, which was keeping me broke? Now this is what I do, and I recommend that you do the same thing. Whenever I receive my income, I make sure I save it, okay? And then not just saving, I make sure I put it in an investment that I can't touch it for some period of time. I had this bank investment that I couldn't maybe really go touch the money. That's what I actually did so that I wouldn't be able to run back for that money. And I am also yielding interest on that money, so I do not always have to run back. Also, I have this very long-term savings, which is also good, and this is also something that you can't even touch until up to 5 years time. So you also want to be doing those things as well. And also, I have a saving app. The saving app is called Achieve app. That is what I use. I love that app so much. Like, at first I was really denied, like I was really scared of using that app because you know how people behave with money nowadays. But I have been using this app for I think almost 2 years now, and this is just an app for savings. So you just download the app and then you save you just send through mobile money into that app, and then you keep the money there. And this has really helped me a lot. You can save any amount of money that you want. So not only you being able to transfer through your mobile money, you can also connect the app to your bank account. So you could also transfer from your bank account to the app. So aside the investment and also the saving app, I have bought Susu Box. Yes, I have bought Susu Box. I bought the bigger one and also the longer one, which the longer one will be for coins and the bigger one will be for notes. So I am not going to open up till maybe the end of the year, God willing. So usually I do not save coins, but I got broke to the extent that please, coins, they are also important because you need to save those little money, and then it goes into bigger notes. Okay, a little drop of water makes a mighty ocean, and you can't doubt that. Any penny, any 10 or any 5 pesewa, I'm going to take it back and I'm putting it inside the Susu Box because we are not going to let any money away this time around. Any little money that we get, we are saving that money. So I think you should also take this initiative so that you won't actually go totally broke, and then you'll be happy seeing your money grow, and you know that you have some money here, you have some money there. And then you wouldn't be putting all your eggs into one basket in case one day the susu box gets missing, or in case the bank investment disappoints, or in case, let's say, God forbid, the saving app. You don't wish for all those things, but anything can happen. Things like this are really inevitable. So in case any of these things happen, you can fall on, or you can also rely on other savings that you've been doing. I want to be able to have this automatic savings that maybe once my salary or any income drops into my bank account, the bank automatically charges or just splits the money into those investments, and I wouldn't even have to get the opportunity to touch the money or even see the money. So I think I would also want to do this automatic payment stuff to also keep me running in my finances. So you also want to try and do that. I'm talking about all these things here. One will think it is only when you are making huge amounts of money that you could actually save. But no, that is not the case. The little amount that you earn, you should be able to, save some portion of it, so that in case of anything at all, you could actually fall on those 15 or 10%, and then you wouldn't be out there asking people or borrowing people for money or loans, because sometimes it's really awkward doing so. And that is also one thing that I do not know how to do, and that was why I was really depressed during the time that I got broke. The fourth bad habit that kept me broke was eating out. In this case, any restaurant I see or any restaurant that I hear of, like, I want to go try it out, I want to go check it out, I want to go see how the place is, or even taste how the food is. Also, I was having this food delivery apps on my phone. I don't want to mention names. At some point, I wasn't even cooking at all at home. I would always have to order for food and I get them delivered to me, which was like actually making me broke. The food delivery app actually had like huge effect, or it's also part of the huge reasons why I got broke. At the slightest chance, because whenever, let's say, I feel really tired when I come back from work to cook or even make something for myself, I feel so tired and I will just fall on the food delivery app. Then the next minute I am ordering for food out there, and then I'm gonna pay plus the delivery fees, and this was happening like consistently, and it was making up to weeks and then goes on to months. And at the end of the year, I have spent most of my money on food deliveries and even restaurants. I'm gonna show you what I actually did that actually made me stop buying from these restaurants and also from this food delivery. Okay, so now I am not saying you do not have to go out to eat or order food using these delivery apps. No, you can do that. Okay, I do that, but I have actually restricted myself like with the number of times that I would be doing those things. So now you don't see me going out on to restaurants every weekend or every day. Probably this is what I have given to myself, that okay, let's say in a month I would go to a restaurant like once, just to have different tastes of food or try other international foods. And also about the food delivery, I would just spend, let's say, like twice, or I'll just order food from this delivery app maybe twice a month, so that I wouldn't be out there dashing out the money that I am making to other people and helping other people business boom while I am being doomed. Yeah, I like the rhymes. I could be a rapper, the business being boomed while I am being doomed. Hey, I can be a rapper. Anyways, that was just by the way. Now, this is what I do. I make most of my food at home. I do that not because it is healthy, but because I want to be able to spend less and I do not want to be giving people free money out there. So I work 9 to 5, I go to work. So this is what I do every morning. I make sure I prepare my breakfast, okay, and I eat before going to work, or I just take my breakfast alongside to work. And every weekend I go grocery shopping, so I would be able to stock the house. And every Sunday I make sure that I have a list of food or list of items that I want to be eating, list of food that I want to be eating for the week. Then I'll make sure that I bring them home and cook or prepare them and reserve them in the fridge. So if I know that this is the particular food that I want to eat for lunch on Monday, I just cook that and preserve it in the fridge. Monday, I take it along with me to work. So I don't buy a lot like I used to whenever I get to work. Doing this doesn't only help me to spend less money, it also helps me to empower myself, and it also makes me get healthier. We move on to the last habit, bad habits that kept me broke. Guys, this one here, this is a disclaimer, okay? I'm not saying don't help people. I am not gonna say don't help people. For me, that's what I love doing, and that is why I got broke. But being financially available is one of the reasons why I got broke. I've always been the generous kind of person. I always want to come through for people, be it financially, emotionally, physically. I want to help them out. It's part of me. I love helping people, no doubt about that. But I realized that at some point I was going broke. People come up to you and tell you that they need some loans from you, or you need to borrow them some amount of money and that they will pay back. You know, I do not have problem with the borrowing part, okay? But the problem is that those same people will come ask you for money and they do not have the intentions of paying back, but then they will tell you they will pay you back, and at the end of the day, when it's due or when it's time for them to pay back, it's a problem. I don't know why people do that. It doesn't make any sense. You give these people that money, they don't pay back, meaning you've lost money. You can't recover that money back, and it's going to make you go broke. And that was what I was doing, and I was getting broke. Even though I wasn't financially stable, this habit of helping people financially was actually making me broke, you know. So at some point, the money that you've actually saved up, you need to just go take out of that money to help someone. And at the end of the day, you need to also work extra hours or extra month to, you know, recover that money back, because already you're not going to get this money back that you're giving to this person. And that was actually, you know, sucking me up. I don't want to stop helping people. It's actually part of my passions that I want to do. I want to continue to help people, and that is why I pray to God all the time that He should help me with the finances and also help other people around me, so that I wouldn't have too many people coming to me for financial assistance. Because me myself, I need that financial assistance. Like, I need that financial help. I need a sponsor. Okay, so yeah, I do not want to stop helping people. I really want to do, but for now, I am not just going to hurriedly carry money and just give it to someone, and at the end of the day, I will be here suffering. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you will learn so much from this video, okay? Please do, so that we both will be financially stable and we will be able to, you know, plan those Dubai trips and then, you know, do fun stuff in life together, and, you know, have that, you know, good business that we said we want to have. I mean, yeah, I pray that happens, and that can only happen if and only you know, stick to all these things that I have listed, and we learn the habits of good money management. Please do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to like, do not forget to share. See you in my next video. Bye.